Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Maxine's Corner. Hello. So we are live and I'm waiting for it to come up on all my social media platform. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Maxine's Corner. Welcome. Let's go live here on Instagram. Welcome to the live. I don't know why. Okay, let's turn that down. Okay, so welcome to the live. Today we're going to be talking about a woman that, oh, this is so loud. A woman that was unalived by her sister in New Jersey home. So as usual, we'll be watching the video together and we will be making commentary. Of course, as you may know, that this is a live video that you're going to be watching. I'm going to be sharing my screen with you in a second. Let's see, sharing my screen. Okay, so now that I am sharing my screen with you guys, wait, where did I just put that? Ah, I have to find myself now. All right, well, we're not starting it yet. Let's just rewind that, pause it, and share.
Jersey accused of driving nearly
And
1,000.
rewind that so you guys could see from the beginning. And once I start to play, and we're going to be watching. So once again, welcome to Maxine's Corner. Today we're going to be watching this live true crime. And it's regarding a pregnant woman who was unalived by her sister in her New Jersey home. So we're going to go through that. Hello, hello, hello. Thanks for joining me. Once again, as usual, let me know where you are joining me from. I see I have YouTube, I have Facebook, and I also have my Instagram family. So I'm excited. At least try to do this with you guys at least once. I'm trying to do it 5 days per week, and on Friday do like a rundown of what's going on in the world. So that's something that I want to do for the new year. So I'm really excited about it. Welcome. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. We're going to be doing this true crime stuff together. I'm going to stop. I'm going to make commentaries because, of course, we're watching it live and I don't want to get copyright. Okay. So are we ready? Let me get some thumbs up if you guys are ready to watch this. We're going to have a great old time. Watch this. Let me just fix my camera just for the YouTube guys. All right. So for the Instagram, you're probably not going to see me, but you're just going to hear me. So let's get ready to watch this story here. We're going to pay attention. We're going to pause. We're going to talk about it and we're going to see what we have. Ready? Thumbs up. All right. Let's see how many people we got here. All right. Great. Got my thumbs up. Let's watch together. I'm going to try to do this at 8 o'clock, at least 4 to 5 days per week. So I'll let you guys know when this stuff's going to be happening. I hope you're excited about this series that I'm starting for the new year because I know you guys love these true crime stories. So I'm like, let's dig right in. Okay, enough with the talking. Let's go.
Pregnant Jacksonville woman is behind bars in New Jersey, accused of driving nearly 1,000 miles and killing her younger sister. Police say 27-year-old Angeli Dominguez is facing murder and other charges.
Another live catfish alive. All right, we're gonna throw it back in the water.
Okay, so what we have, and I have to be careful within 1 minute of the live saying certain words. So we do have and let's see the reason why she would do such a heinous crime. Heinous? All right. I don't know why it's not allowing me to open it more. The tales of two sisters.
Hello, and welcome to another Crime Atlas upload. I hope everyone is safe and well.
We are safe and we're well. How's everyone? Is everyone safe and well? Great.
Today, we are bringing you a compelling case that hasn't been covered much in the true crime space. It's a story that
It's getting covered now.
reminds us of how fragile life can be. You know, 1 minute we're above ground, full of hope and ambitions, and in an instant, everything can change.
And such is life with everyone, right? In an instant, everything changes.
Before we get into it, I want to kick things off with a huge thank you for the amazing response to last week's call to action. Our video on the Jennifer Rothwell story saw a 53% boost in views compared to our recent uploads, and it's all because
Okay. We're going to fast forward what he's saying there, the views, upload, people. That's
somehow they can end up on entirely different paths.
Mhm.
Maybe you've seen it in your own family. One sibling may be the academic overachiever, while another pours their heart into athletics,
What's
art,
happening?
business, or something completely unexpected. Studies show that these differences come down to more than just upbringing, genetics,
Hey, do you guys, because you can have, let me ask you this. You have kids and it's the same parent, but each child is different. And of course, that's something that could completely happen. We see it happening all the time. So it's nothing to be alarmed about. So let's get back to this story.
personality, unique
This is a good
experiences,
one.
and
Did look
other
it
external
over.
factors can
I'm
shape
hoping
them.
This is a good one.
It's what makes family dynamics so captivating. Angieli and Omalie Dominguez couldn't have been more different, and those differences would ultimately lead to tragedy. By March 2022, the sisters were on vastly different paths. Omalie was a bright, ambitious young woman with a promising future ahead of her, driven by a desire to make a difference. Angieli, while also
Guys, as we're watching this, try to remember their names. So when you guys do mention them, we know exactly who you guys are talking about. Okay. Because I like that. I like to know who we are talking about when we talk about this. All right. All right. So we have the names.
so full of promise, was battling inner demons, her life unraveling in ways that friends and family struggled to comprehend. Their lives were about to intersect in the most painful way imaginable, setting off a chain of events that would leave an entire community shaken. Let's dive in.
Let's dive in. Let's dive in. Do you guys remember the names? I bet you don't remember the names. You're going to be a detective. You're going to be watching true crimes. You got to remember their names. Okay. So that's a commercial. We're not watching that. Don't forget, we're streaming live. So I'm sharing my screen with you as we're streaming live. So, but we don't need to watch through the commercials. You know, I'm waiting for them to give me the options. Oh, wait, I know why I can't widen this. Let me do this because I want to be able to skip that and widen that. Okay, there we go. Let's turn the volume
In Bergen County.
Okay.
Known for its quiet streets and suburban charm, Little Ferry offers a peaceful retreat from the hustle and bustle of nearby New York City. You can find tree-lined neighborhoods, local eateries, and a strong sense of community pride, making it an inviting place to live and raise a family. Crime in Little Ferry is relatively low compared to the national average, and residents generally enjoy a feeling of safety and stability. But in the spring of 2022, this peaceful suburb was rocked by a horrifying event that would leave its residents stunned and heartbroken.
That's sad. That is very, very sad. Very sad indeed. And once again, guys, don't forget, I tell you that I will be stopping for commentary because this stuff is copyrighted, even though it is fair use. And I am covered under the fair use, but I still cannot go on ahead and just keep, wait, what am I doing? Okay, with these people's stuff, you know, so I still have to add my commentary, which I like doing. That's the whole point of watching it, right?
Now to a story gaining national attention and one we first told you about at 10 last night. A 21-year-old nursing student shot and killed by her pregnant sister. Tonight,
21-year-old nursing student. unalived by her sister. This is the one. Okay. O'Malley. Okay. So sad.
Hear from the suspect's fiance, who says he tried desperately to get the attention of police before it was too late.
I love that people always say, like, the cops are not doing their job, but sometimes it's but so much that we can do. People don't understand that. What happened?
Horizon in the spring of 2022 for 27-year-old Angeli Dominguez, and it seemed to be for the better. She had found love in Jacksonville, Florida, where she resided, and was engaged to be married. She was also 5 months pregnant with her baby due in July.
Oh.
Angeli's life before pregnancy had been somewhat nomadic, with many addresses between New Jersey and Florida, a party girl lifestyle, a stint in college, and a lack of stable employment.
Well, maybe now that she's with child, things will change. I'm real curious in what could have led a sister to unalive her sister, especially a pregnant sister. But any sister, but your pregnant sister, it's kind of like crazy to me. Just unaliving anyone anyway.
While the future held the promise of marriage and motherhood, there were also troubling signs. On Friday, March 18th, 2022, Angeli was transported to a local hospital for psychiatric evaluation under Florida's Baker Act. This law allows individuals to be detained involuntarily for up to 72 hours for mental health assessment if they are deemed a danger to themselves or others.
Yeah, but then you know what? After that 72 hours, it's like they let them back out and they go back into the streets. The best thing to do is probably get a health warrant and just take complete control of what's going on with this person, because people with mental illness are...
Details are limited since medical records are not public, but according to police records, her fiancé requested a psychiatric intervention for her at a residence in Jacksonville.
Okay.
A doctor evaluated Angeli and reportedly deemed her stable enough to be discharged the following day.
Okay, so just remember that they deemed her stable enough. So they tried, and then they're like, she's fine. I think this is Angelina. She's fine. Let her be. So we already know that she has mental issues. But if she got evaluated and they deemed her to be normal, what can you do? Now, they're going to talk about the cops, and then you're going to wonder what the cops can do when we are not medical, how do you say? We don't have medical degrees.
However, her release, coupled with unresolved anger toward her fiancé, only worsened an already fragile situation. 2 days later, on March 21st, Angeli's fiancé noticed his white Ford Mustang was missing and he could not contact Angeli. He was concerned as there were multiple firearms in the trunk, and based on GPS tracking of her cell phone, she was headed northbound on I-95.
Okay, well, she got out of the hospital, stole her boyfriend's car, as according to this report, and she's on I-95, north, Jersey. Where's she going? Let me know if you guys are enjoying these true crime stories that we've been doing. Let me know if you guys want me to continue to do them. I mean, I'm going to continue to do them, but it's so, you know, but if you have a true crime story that you want me to go over, I really wanted to dive into the last one that happened with the guy that just got married, the dentist or the doctor. I wanted to dive into that a little bit, but didn't get a chance.
The following day, officers with the Little Ferry Police Department responded to a report of a stabbing at a home on Sandhill Court.
So wait, did they say...
When the Little Ferry police arrived at the home on Sandhill Court...
Did they say the following day the cops responded to a stabbing at the location? Did they say the following day? I think that's what I heard. Not a shooting, but a stabbing.
At around 4 p.m., a teenage boy answered the door and said, "She's inside. She's shot." Upon entry, they discovered a young woman deceased with a gunshot wound to the head.
Aw, look at this beautiful young lady. Why? Why? Don't blame the cops. You did do everything that you can. She did get the 72-hour hold. She did go to the hospital. They said she was normal. They said that she wasn't a threat to anyone. So maybe she was a good actor. You know, maybe she was good at acting.
She was identified as 21-year-old Omalie Dominguez. The suspect had already fled the scene. The boy, Omalie's younger brother, told police he had returned home from school that afternoon and overheard his sisters, Omalie and Angeli, talking in another room. According to him,
Oh, so the boy that answered the door is their brother. So don't forget that. That's their brother that answered the door. And, all right, is their brother. Somebody's yelling. All right.
the conversation became heated after Angeli asked Omalie for money to pay for a hotel room, and Omalie refused, allegedly stating, according to a neighbor, "I've given you enough money." Moments later, the boy heard what sounded like a gunshot. When he entered the living room, he found Omalie slumped over on the couch.
So apparently they got into this big, oh, this is the police report. Slumps over this, I guess this is what he's saying, the description of the fact and circumstances which support probable cause that the offense was committed and the defendant is one who committed the crime. And this happened in 2022. So this is a police report. This is crazy.
In a surreal and chilling moment, he looked up to find Angeli staring directly at him. After a brief moment, she fled the house. Ring camera footage captured Angeli leaving the home with a weapon in hand. Based on,
let me tell you, Ring camera these days, they're great. They're great after the crime has been committed, because it's like while the crime is being committed, they're there. But when I said they're great after the crime has been committed, I mean like the person did the crime and then now you can watch what they did on your Ring cam and try to find that person. The thing that you want is you want that person to get caught before the crime has been committed. But
the affidavit. However, a slightly different version of events was reported by Omalie's mother in an article published by the Herald on April 5th, 2022, authored by Liam Quinn.
So what, they don't have the same mom and dad? I thought they said they did. Correct me if you guys been watching from the beginning. Did they say they had the same mom and dad? I can't, I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know if they said they had the same mom and dad.
According to Ms. Dominguez, she was at work when Angeli arrived at the house unannounced. Angeli brought up staying at a hotel, but Ms. Dominguez told her she was at work and would address it later. Shortly after, Angeli retrieved a gun from her car and shot her sister. Ms. Dominguez stated, "At no point was this expected. There was no fight or battle or huge argument."
Well, if she wasn't there, how does she know what happened? I think, okay, got it. So what she's saying is that they didn't have any problems. So she doesn't understand how the sister could have done that. That's what she's saying. Because I'm like, wait a minute, how the heck does she know? She wasn't there. But I guess what she's saying is that there's no long animosity. So how is this possible, you know?
Later that evening, New Jersey State Police apprehended Angeli in her fiancé's vehicle nearly 90 miles away from the crime scene. At the time of her arrest, police seized 5 firearms from the trunk of the car.
Don't forget where she got that car from. Remember, she got the car from her boyfriend. She took it as per him. He said that she took his car without permission and that he had guns in his car and that he didn't know where she went. His words. But she was on the turnpike or somewhere going past Jersey, going to see her sister.
Angeli was taken into custody and charged with murder, possession of a firearm for an unlawful purpose, and hindering her own apprehension. Now, before we delve into the tragic events of March 22nd, it's important to understand who these two women were, their personalities, ambitions, and the circumstances that shaped them. This glimpse into their backgrounds can offer vital context, even if only on a surface level.
Okay, so Amalia, that's the sister that was unalive. Okay, so she's no longer living. Just keep that in mind. And the other sister, Angelia, is the one that drove all the way to Jersey to unalive her. We still don't know why she did it. The brother just said they came in. Oh, she was asking her for money, and I guess she said she gave her enough money, and boom, boom, shots fired, and she did go to the hospital for psychiatric help, 72 hours. The boyfriend got her in. They deemed that she was normal and let her out.
Oh my God. These people are watching us. Do you like I care? You don't care about these people? Well, I care about you guys. Yeah, holla.
A video uploaded to YouTube by her older sister Angeli perfectly captures the essence of then 12-year-old Omalie Dominguez.
Angeli. She's the older sister. She unalived her younger sister, Omalie. Keep up, guys. Keep up. Now they're trying to do a deep dive into their lives to see how could this have happened? At what point did something went wrong? Is it mental illness? According to the doctor, she was fine. So let's see.
Bright, energetic, and full of life. According to friends and family, 21-year-old Omalie grew into a person who inspired everyone around her. Affectionately called the Scholar by her family, the nickname was well earned through her academic excellence and ambitious dreams for the future. Born in Union City, New Jersey, Omalie was brought up in a family that highly valued education. She graduated from Union City High School as a cheerleader, bringing that same enthusiasm and dedication into everything she did. Upon graduating, Omalie set her sights on a nursing career, a calling inspired by her compassion and desire to make a difference. She enrolled at William Patterson University, where she thrived as a nursing student, maintaining an impressive 3.9 GPA.
3.9. Oh, wow. That is very impressive. Wow. Don't ask me what my GPA was when I was in college. Let's just say I graduated.
Omalie was also a Mu Sigma Upsilon sorority member and was just months away from earning her degree. In addition to her demanding studies, she worked as an admissions assistant at the university. Known for being highly organized, she kept a meticulous planner and an immaculate room, qualities that reflected her disciplined and focused nature. Omalie's family described her as someone who loved life and people, always striving to uplift those around her. For her, nursing was more than a career goal. It was a way to channel her kindness and leave a positive mark on the world. Tragically, Omalie would never see her dreams fulfilled, as was seen.
Wow. That's so sad. She didn't get to see her dreams fulfilled. So sad. Like, why?
Seemed like a common dispute turned into an unimaginable nightmare.
Was Gucci, motherfuckers? Look at this. Yo, so don't be acting like you're trying to be friends with someone, trying to pamper them and hear them out. And when really you just being a hating asshole, mommy. Like, if you can't handle seeing me and like seeing this sexy body, listen, just don't talk to me.
Angeli Dominguez was born in February 1995 and spent most of her life in New Jersey before settling in Jacksonville, Florida. Friends and family described her as someone who lived life with unapologetic energy.
She definitely had a lot of energy indeed. Guys, if you see me looking down, sometimes I am looking at my screen down here to see who's with me or to see if anyone is making any comments or anything like that. So that's what I'm looking at, because I am on both social media right now, so it's hard to see it on the screen. So I look down a little bit to see what's up. So that's what I'm doing. But this is out of control. Out of control. Let's continue.
Like many millennials, Angeli was a prolific social media user, giving a sneak peek into what made her tick. It was apparent from her many posts that Angeli loved music, especially EDM and hip-hop. Also, she wasn't shy about her party girl side. She often posted about the concerts she attended, showing off bold outfits and the electric energy of the nightlife she thrived in. It was more than a hobby. She earned income as a dancer at nightclubs, raves, and other large events.
So, I mean, she didn't go to college, and they each took a different path in life. But I'm real curious to find out, like, at what point did it go wrong? At what point did something go wrong? If you're new here, welcome. My name is Maxine. I'm a retired detective. We're breaking down these true crimes. I try to do this every night around 8 o'clock, get a true crime story, and we break it down.
She also had an OnlyFans account, though how involved she was with it remains unclear. But Angeli also had a soft, caring side that came through in her passion for the environment and her respect for all living things.
Oh my God, another live catfish alive. All right, we're going to throw it back in the water.
Honestly, I don't see anything. There is absolutely no clue right now. This is a commercial, so there's absolutely no clue right now as to say what could have went wrong. I don't see any clues.
Guys, so today I went to Stockton Park here in Jacksonville, and I got to hug some trees. #TreeHug.
Let me know. Okay, she was hugging some trees. Let me know, what do you guys think? If you've been watching it from the beginning, do you see any red flags from her? Do you see anything? Let me know in the comments if you guys are seeing anything. Oh shoot, can I even see the comments? I don't know.
But I came across the most beautiful honeybee, and I immediately dodged it out of fear. But that doesn't mean I don't care for them. Honeybees, did you guys know, are actually at risk of extinction here in the United States.
The shrimp is alive. We're going to throw it back in the water.
All right, but so far she seemed to love the animals. No clue. Okay, no clue. She loved the animals. She wants to save them. That's all we're getting so far.
In the fall of 2015, while attending Rutgers University, Angeli displayed her potential by producing a 21-page research paper with an accompanying video titled Toxins in Cosmetics. The paper discusses what can be done to get safer cosmetic products.
That's the sister that was on Alive. No, that's the one that I'm Alive her, so they're still talking about her. She did good. Look at this. Toxic in cosmetics. She seemed to care about the environment and stuff.
On the market. It is unclear if she finished her degree.
Oh.
What is clear is that she was an intellectually curious individual who was not afraid to think for herself. If something didn't align with her own sense of right and wrong, she wouldn't just go along with it. She lived by her own rules, plain and simple, as attested to by the 40 traffic violations she has racked up over the years.
40 traffic violations. That's a lot. But it doesn't say someone, it doesn't say, I'm so weird to use these words here. It doesn't say killer. It doesn't, right? It just says that you have some traffic violations and you care about the environment. That's what I get so far. Ooh, the shoulders hurt.
In her social media posts, Angeli displayed a mix of boldness, grittiness, compassion, and authenticity. Whether she was the life of the party or championing a cause she believed in, she was someone who lived life on her own terms, carefree and always true to herself. Following Omali's tragic death, additional details surfaced about Angeli and the events leading up to her actions.
Now, this is what we have to pay attention to, because what they were just showing us is just a little backstory. They're both intelligent young ladies, even though they're going in two different directions. Two great sisters, very intelligent, going into different directions. And at which point did something go wrong? I'm still trying to figure that out. This is a very interesting story.
On March 18th, an incident occurred at the home where she and her fiancé, Tony Miranda, resided. According to a police report, Tony called law enforcement out of concern for Angeli's behavior, stating that she posed a threat to herself. Tony informed officers that Angeli had been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia.
There it is. There it is. Now she's acting erratically, and they had to call the police on her. Paranoid schizophrenia. That is a dangerous thing. You're paranoid and you have schizophrenia. Double. Don't add bipolar to it. That's a lot.
But was not taking her prescribed medication or seeking treatment due to her pregnancy.
And she's not taking her medication. Ooh, because she's pregnant.
He noted she uses marijuana with a medical card.
Okay.
Over the past 6 months, her condition had worsened, marked by increasing verbal aggression and, at times, physical aggression toward him and his mother. Tony added that her behavior had led to prolonged unemployment and their eventual eviction from the Jacksonville home they shared with his mother. The officer who interacted with Angeli observed that her speech was disorganized with incoherent sentence structure and a lack of logical flow in her statements.
Okay, so right there, based on what the officer wrote in the report, does suggest that she is going through some kind of medical episode. But once again, they are officers. They're not police officers. You're not there to diagnose someone. You just say what you see. You cannot diagnose. You're not a doctor. That's something they also told us coming up as a cop, as a detective. You're not there to diagnose. You write down what you see. Can't diagnose someone. We don't have medical degrees.
She was unable to correctly identify the day of the week, and her verbal responses were noted to be largely devoid of meaningful content. This is the incident in which the Baker Act was invoked. Immediately after her release, she was angry with Tony for having her hospitalized while pregnant. The day before the shooting, Tony contacted police in Jacksonville. He reported that his mentally unstable fiancée had stolen his white Ford Mustang and firearms and was headed to New Jersey. He spoke with a local news crew after.
Okay, but I see what they're saying. They call the cops, but the cops cannot diagnose. Even if they get you in the hospital, then it's going to be up to the families and the hospital personnel to take it from there. That's it. The cops did their part.
The day after 27-year-old Angeli Dominguez was arrested for shooting and killing her sister in New Jersey, her fiancé, Tony Miranda, explained to News4Jax reporter Vic Malucci that the murder could have been prevented.
What did police tell you here in Jacksonville when you said, hey, she's got my car, she's got my guns?
They told me because she's my girlfriend and you guys been together for 3 years roughly, and she is pregnant with your child, that it's not necessarily stealing the items because she could come back. I'm like, she's in South Carolina.
Well, all right. This is a tricky situation because yes, she did run all the way to South Carolina. But even if she did, that was Jacksonville, right? That's Florida. So now the jurisdiction changed. So maybe, and it was his girlfriend, 3 years, she may come back. She is in Jacksonville. I don't know. This is a situation where you probably would have to get in touch with the South Carolina Police Department, right? And let them know what's going on. Because at this point in Jacksonville, Florida, can they call the department, put out an APB? I don't know, try to find the car, look out for her. I mean, the news obviously thought that it was important enough for them to, pick up on it.
The released dashcam video shows the interaction between Miranda and the officer. It happened last Monday here at the Staple Suites Motel on Jacksonville's west side.
You the one that called? Yes, sir. What's going on? So, my girlfriend was Baker acted Friday. She was released Saturday. Today is now Monday. She flipped the script on me again. She stole the car and took off toward Jersey.
Moments later, Miranda gives the officer a real-time location of the car that he is reporting stolen.
The only thing I know is she's in South Carolina because the T-Mobile does the tracking, and she's driving 95 in South Carolina to get going back to New Jersey.
Then he tells the officer,
there is firearms in the car because I'm a legal holder, but I just don't have my concealed carry.
So at this point, the officer has been told that a mentally unstable woman has taken her fiance's car without his permission.
But then they also have to do, I'm going to say, there's a lot more that has to be done. Let's see what they did before I say anything. Let's just see what the police did.
She appears to be headed to New Jersey, where she is from, and the car has multiple firearms inside. We don't see the officer attempting to call authorities out of state, but we do hear the officer explain why he can't write up a stolen car report.
Because you guys are in a relationship, it's kind of one of those things. Your stuff is her stuff is your stuff.
I don't know. They're not married, And he did say she was mentally unstable. There were weapons in there. I don't know the laws where they are. They could be different laws, So I can't say why they didn't, why they did what they did. That's all.
Legally, I can't claim it as, I can't write it up as being stolen.
The Bayonne and Jacksonville.
So maybe their hands were tied. Maybe the law there is saying that that's your baby's mom, right? But I don't know the part with the guns, with her taking the car without permission and unauthorized use of a vehicle. They're saying that maybe she's going to come back. We don't know. I don't know the laws there. I can't judge, but let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking so far if you've been watching from the beginning. I want to know your thoughts.
Police departments conducted internal investigations into their respective interactions with Tony Miranda. In official statements, both departments concluded that their officers acted within policy and procedures.
See? When I told you guys, I don't know the policies, I don't know the procedures there. Maybe they did everything that they were supposed to do. And apparently, you saw officers acted within policies and procedures. So they didn't do anything wrong. They told him the policies and procedures there, and that's what they did. That's it. That's all they could do. Your hands are tied if that's the laws. That's the laws. That's the policies and procedures. Sometimes your hands are tied.
However, they acknowledged.
Let me say, does that make it right? No, but the laws are the laws.
That officers could have handled the situations more urgently. As a result, the department's committed to reviewing protocols to identify areas for improvement moving forward.
Okay, so they're saying that they could have done a better job, and they didn't. They're saying that they could have done a better job, but they didn't. Well, they said handle it. See, okay, this is where we have a little issues, right? You have the statement that they made. The statement said they followed policy and procedure. Then you have another statement that said they could have handled it differently. What do you want me to do? Am I following policies and procedures, or am I just handling it differently? Maybe they could have reached out to the police department in New Jersey and let them know what's going on, give them a heads up, kind of communicate with each other. That wouldn't have been so bad. Maybe call their supervisor and get some advice and see where they wanted to go with this case, like with this situation, because there were guns in the car. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments, because I'm curious about that. And give a thumbs up if you guys are enjoying these lives. Give a thumbs up if you guys are enjoying my true crime live. I'm just starting, second day, but we're going to be getting into some real true crime stories. But mostly it's going to be, I'm just starting out here, but guys, I'm really just going to be on YouTube and Facebook. So don't forget to follow my YouTube. It's the same thing, Maxine's Corner. So follow me there, because most of my lives are going to be there. I'm just doing a few here right now just because I'm just getting started.
Sentence of 30 years to life in prison if convicted of first-degree murder. According to a published report, the defense proposed a plea agreement to the prosecution. Under the deal, Angeli would have pleaded guilty to the lesser charge of second-degree manslaughter with an 8-year prison term. However, the prosecution rejected the offer, opting to pursue the more serious charges in court. The Crime Atlas has been following this case closely for months. A final disposition conference originally scheduled for Friday, January 17th.
Do you think they should have taken the plea deal?
2025 was intended to determine whether the case could be resolved without going to trial. For those unfamiliar, a final disposition conference serves as the court's last opportunity to negotiate a plea deal or resolve any outstanding issues. If no agreement is reached and there are no valid reasons for further delays, the case proceeds to trial. But to no surprise, a continuance was granted, postponing the hearing to February 25th. Court hearings can be delayed for many reasons, such as requests for additional time to review the case, scheduling conflicts, witness unavailability, or the appointment of new legal counsel.
That's so true. So many times when I went to court, it was like you're going so many times. It's like the witness is not available. There's scheduling conflict. There's so many things that I didn't even know existed. Oh, I need new legal. They put somebody else on the case. It's like, it's crazy. And then they need more time to review the new evidence, or they didn't get a chance to finish looking at the case. It's so many things that goes on with these that you learn as you go along. It's insane.
Since there's no guarantee the February date will not also be postponed, we've decided to release this video now. As always, we'll keep you updated with a community post once there is some resolution or the case heads to trial.
Oh, we got a conclusion?
The tragic loss of Omalie Dominguez is a wound that continues to cut deeply for her family, friends, and community. She was a young woman full of promise, compassion, and determination, a scholar with dreams of making a difference in the world as a nurse. For those closest to her, the grief is compounded by the lingering question: why? What drove Angeli, her sister, to commit?
So, yes, why? We really didn't get a good closure on this story, because we're in January. It seems as if they're going back to court in February, but they still released this this true crime story about it. But at the end of the day, there is still so many questions that we have to ask ourselves, and it's hurtful.
Such a devastating act. Speculation can only go so far. The truth is, only Angeli knows the motive behind her actions. However, with a trial ahead and her future at stake, it's unlikely she will be forthright about her reasons, as doing so could risk further jeopardizing her defense. This leaves the family and community searching for answers they may never fully receive. And yet, even in the face of such heartbreak, there are moments that remind us of resilience and hope. Omalie's legacy lives on in the memories she created and the lives she touched. Her family's courage to speak out, to honor her dreams and to continue advocating for mental health awareness ensures that her story is not defined by its tragic end, but by the light she brought to those around her. The case of Omelie Dominguez reminds us of life's fragility and the complexity of relationships, essential reasons to seek understanding, offer compassion, and support those struggling with mental health issues. After all, the empathy you show could be the very thing that prevents a situation from escalating out of control. What are your thoughts on this case? All things considered.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this case? What are your thoughts? I need to see what you guys are thinking. Let me see. Let me see some comments here. Take that off. So what are you guys thinking? What do you think about this? There was not much closure going on here. It wasn't oh wait, in my face. I'm like, where's this camera going? Woohoo! But yeah, there is not enough closure. There's so many questions about who, when, where, why. We know who, we know when, we know where, but we definitely don't know why, right? We don't know why. We just have to go with what the brother heard and what he said happened. Let me know your thoughts about this, and let me know if there's a true crime story that you guys want me to cover, you want me to talk about, because we can absolutely talk about it. I'm just getting my feet wet, and then we're gonna get into some more true crimes that's going on right now, okay? So don't forget to give us a follow if you haven't as yet. I'll be here tomorrow at 8, and we will continue this conversation, and I'll have a new true crime story. But if you have a true crime story that you want me to talk about, just go ahead, send me an email or a DM, and then we're gonna dive right into it. But don't forget, guys, follow at YouTube. That's where I'm really gonna be diving in 100% live, okay? So I can see all the comments and everything. So go ahead and give us a follow. And as always, please stay safe, and please, please, please stay healthy. I'll see you next time in another video. I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll continue to do these streams, and I hope you're enjoying it. Okay? Have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay healthy and stay safe.